What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Sunless Sea. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. We're at Hideaway, which we finally found. There's so much stuff here. We got to do the farewell letter to the Sprightly Visionary, so let's do that. The Sprightly Visionary tears open the letter, scanning it quickly, then reading it again more closely. His emotions are guarded, but his fingers gently trace the ascot around his neck. In response, the Visionary writes only, "Tell Lorenzo he is dismissed from his service." Hesitantly, he gives you the salute of a Kaganate commander before rushing off, busy himself with other work. Alright, there's all kinds of stuff that we can do here. I could deliver a scholar of lost causes from a scrimshander, I think. The bandaged scholar surveys the miserable crowd with open disdain. Yes, these should suffice. The last you see of the scholar, he's trying to get an artist to answer his questions and shaking in frustration. A crowd seems to be closing around him. He gained 100 echoes. Yay, we got paid for our... Buy a memento from the slow blinking vendor. She touches her lip and tilts her head back. Her fingers, what is my terror at? 68. Could go either way. Unlocked with supplies. I'm about to get more supplies from Estval. Why not? You were unlucky. She passes you 3 lumps of festering flesh. She presses her fingers to her forehead and makes a fist, the Hideaway gesture of creation. These balls of flesh are apparently art. It takes some time for her to convey more about the artwork. One lump is a smaller version of the beast who carries the city, although missing a shell. Another is a man with a terribly pointed chin. The last is the vendor points vigorously above you. A lamppost. It represents the miracle of modern light here in this dark place. I'm gonna succeed, goddammit. Damn. What? Oh my god. That's the worst. We just did like 7 in a row on a 50-50 and lost all of them. That's like getting 7 coin flips in a row wrong. Like, have you ever gotten 7 heads in a row? I doubt it. Because at that point, we're looking at 1 half, 1/4, 1/8, 16, 32nd, 1 in 64. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, it can statistically happen. I'm just saying it's really unlikely. We can aid a sprightly visionary. A small man with liver spots on his head and wispy white hairs on his chin is struggling to roll a wheel of heavy cabling. Check on the investigator. We can join a festival. Sure, why not? I now have a live specimen. Hooray, one of the dwellers bows deeply before you and performs a gesture of friendship by showing you her wrists and crossing her arms to touch her shoulders. She then fumbles in her pockets and presses a small shell into your hand. It's curled like a wave. A little claw darts out and nips at your finger. The woman coos at the tiny creature. Here we can do... Oh, man, does everything cost supplies? Shit. I don't really have those right now, so I think we're just going to have to walk away from that one. Hideaway, apparently we can't do a port report here. I guess. Where do they store their goods? Perhaps they have something to trade. Oh, there is a shop tab, although markedly expensive. We can buy strange catches here. We can sell foxfire candles. And then we can sell caskets of sapphires for mooter salt. Oh, really? That's new and interesting and intriguing. I'm okay with that. Let's go to Estval, shall we? We gotta get some more supplies. Christ. To the surface. To the surface. Ever since we got our sub, the game has gotten more interesting, although I don't like living near anything that moves. That's kind of odd. Estval should give us enough supplies to survive anyways. Feeding the crew's a little bit rough, but as long as we can get ourselves something awaits you before we go into port, we should be alright. We'll scavenge for supplies, and then once we've got the supplies, we'll come around full bore and take care of our business there. Anything around here, by the way, while we're out and about? No islands within the Z-Bat's range. Okay. Oh, we found Nathan's Bluff. Hooray. I came around the backside of the island anyway, so I gotta do a full circle. In doing the full circle, hopefully we'll get something awaits you. There it goes. Something awaits you in port. Oh, good. You have a secret. Our officers can improve our abilities because we found Tussler's channel, I guess. Oh, it's way down there. It's because of our light. Sometimes your light allows you to see things that normally you wouldn't be able to see. We'll go to Estival. We'll get our light filled up inside of our mirror catch box. Once we've got that, we'll get another mirror catch box when we're in Khan's Shadow. From there, we'll head west to London. I think we should be able to get there in today's episode and like cash in and make a bunch of money. We will fill a mirror catch box. The light, it is pretty. I gained a wound. You fill the box successfully, but the sunlight has lit a fire in your bones. You struggle back to the ship and wait while the fever subsides. Be wary, this is true sunlight, and it could be unpredictable death to those who have spent too long below. Okay, I need to gather supplies. There's 10 supplies. We lost a crew, which is really kind of unfortunate. I wasn't expecting that. You fill your stores with breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds. Too stupid to know a hungry sailor. Go on, Captain. I've missed the sun. Her eyes closed. Sunlight is perilous for those who have lived in the Neath for too long. Okay. We only need one clayman, so I'll throw 5 of them off on the island. Sucks to be them. They can sort their lives out. I just need the one. We'll get the port report. We've already filled up our mirror catch box. This is quite illegal, so be careful about it. I think we can sell this in London to the right people. This cannot be sold on the London markets. So who buys it then? I don't remember where that goes. Somebody buys it. I know it. I'll have to check and look. Meanwhile, while we wait to get back to Khan's Shadow, I'm going to skip Nuncio. I'll go ahead and make a cut here while I try to figure out what the light is used for. Yep, as it turns out, you can't take them to London. I thought you could. I remember getting like 10 mirror catch boxes, bringing them over here, filling them up, and then bringing them back to London for just like buku bucks and just being like, yeah! Make it rain. It does come with a downside, though, in case you were wondering about it. The downside is that you become infected by the sunlight. And over time, that causes interesting things to happen, and eventually you probably want to stay out of the sunlight trade for a while. Every time you rest in your house, I think you lose like 30 degrees of the sunlight plague or whatever it is. The yearning, burning, or whatever it is. And so, be careful about that, delicious travelers. We've made it all the way to Khan's Heart. I got into a fight with a rat barge. I raised my mirrors by 5, because why not? I'm sitting on so many secrets right now that it's like, might as well apply them to something and make them useful in one way or another. I'll probably focus on getting irons up to like 80 or 90 pretty soon, too. In Khan's Shadow, we got a man staring at us. We'll get a port report. If I have anything I can sell here, I would prefer to do it. We have devil bone dice, and in fact, you can make money doing that. We got the crate of human souls, although I think our friend will be very, very upset with us if we do that. I'm going to buy another mirror catch box just in case, because I'm not totally positive that we get it back from the Blind Bruiser. You can sell a captivating treasure for 1,000 echoes. I think they give you the same price that you get from... the Mile Breaker. Frankly, sinister device that reduces the amount of fuel that the engine uses. It also really frightens the crew. Apparently that's necessary. I think they give you here the same price that you get from the Reliquary back in London. We've got our Devil Bone dice already, so that's good to go. This man is going to approach us. The severe chemist glares at you over his glasses. Beneath the Z, Captain, there is a city of murderers, and within it a plant known as Tether. Bring me a jar full, and I will pay you handsomely. Sure, I'll go get it. He smiles in the manner of a corpse whose skin has just dried out. Excellent. You'll find it in Rack, the city of pleasures. I'll be waiting for you on the Utter Shroom where my studies continue. Alright. That's cool. We need to go to Guider's Morn, which is on the opposite end of our port here. Getting some more Scintillac before we go any further would be nice too, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to try and stay on task in this episode and just take us to a location where everything's going to be okay. We are a tiny bit low on fuel, which raises kind of an interesting question whether or not we're going to make it back to London, but I'm of the opinion that we will make it. I believe heavily that we will make it. Terror is a little bit high, but that's mostly due to the fact that I was messing around with that event where we had the supplies and kind of paying for that. If I can get myself up to like 2,000 echoes, our ship will be upgraded to the point where we won't really have to worry about anything from now on in. I'll probably sell the torpedo gun that we bought that was nice and cheap and was just supposed to kill things. And then from there, I'll probably get a really nice flensing gun, I think. Something that'll do like 50 damage to monsters, because the only things in this game that drop the good stuff are monsters, and so I'd like to fight them. Guider's Morn. Coming into port here, we'll turn the lamp back on. Keep terror nice and low. Got something to the south of us, which looks like some kind of frigate. A bigger ship than we're currently manning. I always like playing games like X3 or whatever, where as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, your ships get better and better and better. You start to realize the difference in size between like corvettes, frigates, cruisers, and stuff like that. It's the same way when you play EVE Online. Like you upgrade from like your little cutter up to like a cruise or up to a frigate, and you're like, oh my god, it's so awesome. And then you go from like a corvette up to like a cruiser, and you're like, oh my god, it's so huge compared to my last ship. It's just really, really fun. All right. So, we will take a port report here. We've also got the package, so we'll take that. Unstamped crate of brilliant souls. We can sell our sunlight-filled box here, but we'll only make 50 bucks. So, you know, it's not really that worth it. I wouldn't recommend it. Probably wouldn't buy a whole lot of things in Guider's Morn. I don't know how many crew we need in order to do this properly. But I would say gather intelligence is probably a good idea. Nah, we failed. However, we did get our port report, so it is what it is. I don't really care about the crewman that was killed. They're kind of faceless drones anyways. They don't matter. We'll replace them when we get to Demo. My dog's trying to escape from his crate. He does this from time to time. Yeah, it's a crack pirate frigate. Our hull is a little bit low. We can't afford to take too many hits from him. However, we do have armaments on board that could do some damage, so if we can run him down, probably worth it to get some extra treasures along the way. Demo Island off on that side. He appears to be going the same way. Maybe he is a fellow fungal lover. Fungal lover! Fungal lover! I see that as being like a funk song. He's a fungal lover! And he's in the cold. He's that fungal lover from the days of old. Oh, you little bastard. Are you for real right now? How dare you fire torpedoes at me? Prick. Oh, you will pay for this. You will pay for this dearly, you bastard. That's right, you wait right there. I got torpedoes too. Little punk-ass pirate. All jammed out on crack. Look what happens to you now. Look what's happens to you. We buck on you, son. We buck on you so hard. You could have just... Well, I was going to leave you alone, and then you had to mess with me. So I'm going to take your fuel, your supplies, and your cache of curiosities to get even more supplies. Hooray! More supplies! Our ship is busted, though. It's not looking so good. Surely you may have noticed the state that our ship is currently in. It's not a good state. We're almost at half hull. And at half hull is when we start losing sailors every single time we get hit. Which is something that we just cannot afford right now. Oh my god, if we make it back to London, we actually get to do like a full equipment mission. I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be so happy, you guys. Funging station. Let me write to you. I know I have guns, but I am friendly. I love the waveforms for when I do my little voices. They make me happy. I like to look at them. I will take a port report. I will also accept a volunteer to replace the crewman that I got shivved in my pursuit of the interests of the crown. Yes, I know, my British patriot friends will understand. Sometimes someone has to get shivved for the crown. As long as it's not me, I don't care. Not my problem. Alright, and so what we'll do is if we get stuck having to talk our way into port, I will use my Admiralty connections to convince them that I am currently on official English business. Ha-ha! For the crown, for the queen. Although in this world, Queen Victoria does not exist. She got overthrown by somebody else. There's like a new queen. She's like a pretender queen or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but history's not the same in this game as it is in the real world. Obviously, when London fell through the earth. And there we are. We've made it. Hooray. Setting sail and making port in London. I have sailed the world, beheld its wonders. From the Dardanelles to the mountains of Peru, but there's no place like London. You know I had to make the reference at some point. We haven't made the reference yet, and so I figured, we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it right now, so long as it is willing to be touched, because we are men who pay attention to the desires of the things that we reference. Hand over our cargo and get paid. Got some fuel, got some other good stuff. Hooray. Sure, they can search us. That's actually not the guys that take our boxes of light. That's a completely different person. They actually search you for, I think, prisoner's honey or something like that. Got messages from the harbor master. A little request from the blind bruiser. Sure, why not? 1,000 more echoes, and they want me to go to Khan's Heart in the Salt Steppes. Not too difficult, should be easy enough to handle. I will get an offer from my sunlight. I was just saying to myself, how could the evening be further improved? And I replied to myself, perhaps only if my most favourite captain here were to return right now with some of the golden stuff in that captain's hold. And strike me dead if you didn't appear. Well, take the golden stuff from your hands for a price which I must say surpasses the generous and enters the realm of the charitable donation. He'll pay 400, a little less than the Isle of Cats, but he's trustworthy in his way. We get our mirror catch box back, which is the 250 right there. That's the big thing you got to watch out for. And then we get 400 echoes. Not bad. If we ever go see sunlight again, we'll fill up both of those boxes and get ourselves paid. So, Admiral, I have port reports. So, we will work our way down here. You will pay me money. I will give you reports. Oh, shit. Throw the strange catch overboard. I forgot about that. We will maybe try to find a place to... Oh, yes, that's right. We needed to talk to this guy as well. And so he... When I was a boy, I asked my nurse, when you break a law, what happens to the pieces? And now I know. Now I know. But I need something else. 500 echoes for that one as well. And we also got some hold space, which is the important part. He wants 7 lamentable relics, either that or a colossal flute core. He will give us 1,000 for the flute core, or he will give us 500 for the lamentable relics. Both of these are pretty easily attainable with the right weaponry and the right motivation. Now we'll finish off dropping our port reports here. Good. Our port reports are full, so what I would recommend is that we go to the Admiralty Yards before we do this. We'll also get another mission. So at the dry dock, we will pay for the Admiralty Yards. That'll only cost us 3, which isn't so bad. Good enough for now. That gets us back up to full health. We will not deliver our claymen because we need those for a little bit later. We've got a new recruit, which is Maybe's daughter. I will take Maybe's daughter. At the end of the rotting dock, a woman perches on a suitcase. Both she and the suitcase are noticeably cleaner than everything else in view. Hello, where are you headed? On second thought, I don't really mind. Can I come aboard? Yes, I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer in a hurry. Okay, so we got Maybe's daughter. In addition, I would also say we go to the Admiral. We ask him if he has anything in particular he needs. He wants us to go to Avid Horizon. That kind of sucks. But okay, we'll make it work. We're probably not going to go up there anytime soon, but we'll go up there at some point. I don't need that, so perhaps not. We'll go back to here. Port reports. We'll finish these off. I just didn't want to waste the fuel. And so now that we've used both our Admiralty favor and everything else, it just makes it easier. Now we're full up on fuel again. I shall sell... The strange catches are the only thing that are not that valuable, so we'll throw those overboard, especially since I've got a way to get more of them anyways without having to worry myself. Now that we're full up on fuel, no, I need that one for a storyline. 22 fuel is good enough. I would say just to throw the fuel overboard. We've got a couple more of these to turn in, so we might as well throw some of them out right there. Actually, 2. There we go. So the undercrow, and we've got low barnet. And finally, Scrimshander. So that was a pretty good run for us. We made a lot of money. We made a lot of money. And in fact, we're about to make a little more money by using this along with Memories of Distant Shores to gain vital intelligence, which we will take to her. And now we've got Supremacy London, which is significant. We've also gained 600 echoes. Supremacy the Dawn Machine, however, we probably want to stop giving her free stuff. From there, we'll want to focus on upgrading our ship. But since we have no hold space, we need to go northwards to... Sorry. Sometimes my spacebar clicks without me realizing it clicked, and I'm like, my game froze! And I get all upset about it, but then it's just because my spacebar is super sensitive. I'm in the market for a new keyboard. I've been using this K70 Corsair for a long time, but it's gotten so disgusting at this point that I feel like cleaning it just isn't even worth it. Like, yeah, I could clean things out, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's probably just nasty. Real nasty. It's probably time for this one to go and just get something new. I'm going to try and get a silent keyboard the next time around. Something that's got, like, padded. I don't really care about the tactile feel of mechanical keyboards. I feel like there's fads in gaming, and mechanical keyboards are one of them for right now. Like, you don't really need it for... I like them for typing. They're great for typing, but for gaming, I prefer it be silent because you guys can hear the things going on. There we go. We will need, the mechanic tells the sisters to visit your sub-cellar. Oh, that nasty place, Lucy says airily. Yes, we'll take you down there, she smiles, but we'll need stories. Something alarming for Cynthia, a Z story for Phoebe, and a tale of distant places for me. Sisters listen with delight to your stories and unlock the cellar door for you. The key is so heavy that Cynthia can only lift it with both hands. We won't go in, she says. We don't go in. The signs on the stones have a Kaganian look. In the deepest sub-cellar, your candles illuminate a litter of tumbled stones, the remnants of a temple. The pool at the cellar's center is almost dry. The remaining water there seethes oddly in candlelight, as if it were near boiling, but it's quite cool to the touch. The writhing river flows here, the mechanic remarks. One of the tributaries of Dream. I hope it doesn't touch the well these poor girls drank from. My enemies find me when I sleep, but this water will attract my enemies to this poor fellow. He bends to dip his hand in the water and sketches a sign on the clay man's forehead. The man watches him stolidly. The mechanic hands him the mirror catch box. Hold this, he says. Keep it open. Don't let go no matter what happens. The clay man's huge hands enfold the box. There, the mechanic says, turning to you. A serpent trap. Now I can sleep. I can finally sleep, he smiles. And then I think I may be able to offer you something rather interesting. We now have a serpent trap. So our mechanic can sleep. We lost a Tale of Terror, memories, but we got 10 fragments, and we lost a mirror catch box. So that's fine. That was all planned for. We've advanced a storyline, and that's all that matters. That's what this game is all about. So, if I allow him to enjoy his sleep, it might be messy, he warns you. Could have a couple strong sailors standing by. Tell them to snap the box shut when the trouble begins. He holds up a bottle of laudanum. I'll be sleeping deeply. When nothing seems to be happening, you take to your own bunk, but a roar from the clayman brings you sprinting back to the mechanic's cabin. You fling open the door. The man's eyes seethe with Viric flame. It's struggling against the efforts of sailors to restrain it. As you rush to assist, it flings one sailor off, but the other manages to snap the box closed. Instantly, he goes stiff, a lifeless clay statue. The Viric glow now pulsates from the box. In the bunk, the mechanic sleeps on, his face wreathed in dreamy smiles. He will sleep so until morning. So we've got a box full of very angry dream snakes. You've learned the mechanic stole a secret from the dreams of the stone pigs. All right. So if we ask the mechanic to explain exactly what the hell is going on, well, it's like this. I stole a secret from the Echo Bazaar with the help of the Finger Kings. You know, the serpents who rule Dream. Then I reneged on the Finger Kings. Oh, don't look at me like that. Would you rather I'd given them the secret? I talk about engines all the time, and I'm sure you've noticed, and I dream about them. I found myself dreaming of the stone pigs. They're, well, I don't entirely understand still, but they're how the Bazaar travels between stars. Oh, did you know they did that? And they sleep, so the Finger Kings can crack their dreams open. So the Finger Kings recruited me. I found a secret in their dreams. An engine like the Z's never seen. Oh, Captain, let me build it for you. You won't be sorry, but there are some things that I'm going to need. So, what does he need in order to make this happen? Let me check my journal real fast and see if maybe it annotated something. I don't see anything in here that looks particularly interesting, but I'll get us back on track in the next episode. Actually, no, we got to go buy some equipment. What am I talking about? Let's go get our equipment. If I give you guys like a little bit of a longer episode anyways, I doubt you'll care. We got to equip this ship, though. Got to equip this ship because we got a grip of echoes ready to go. We're going to buy a new engine. We're going to buy some new guns. Maybe a new glim lamp. It's going to be dope. It's going to be like ridiculously legit, like over the line legit, life-changingly legit. I just had a batch of those like sour cream and cheddar chips. Damn, those things are good. We finally got those ketchup chips too, those ones that Canadian people like. We finally got those in America, down here in the U.S. anyways. Got them down in the U.S. They call them dressed up or something like that here though. I don't know what they call them up there, but the best ones are the biscuit and gravy chips. Biscuit and gravy chips are what's up. Reminds me of being a kid. My mom used to make biscuits and gravy all the time. Alright, so we're back over here. We need to go to the shops. We will go to... Well, we need a new gun for the deck. And so if we can find something sexy to do that, I think I'd be okay. Don't do it again. Cotterell and Hathersage's denunciation gun. Yeah, 15 and 15 sounds good to me. We'll take one of those. It's in the hold right now. We'll swap it out for our old gun. That'll allow us to do double the damage we were doing previously with our normal shots from the bow. Now then, a flensing cannon might be a decent thing to take along. These are going to be forward weapons, which I think I need next. So with the forward weapon, that's the one that we have. We have the torpedo launcher. I would rather, so that's a pretty good gun right there. Stagger amount, life damage, okay. Forward weapon for 16 to 24 enables flensing attacks. The denunciation is what we already have. This one is a forward weapon with 24 and 24. And it allows for torpedoes. So how does that differ from the one that we got like dirt nasty cheap? Because that does 24 and uses torpedo components and costs 100. But this one does the same amount of damage. Huh. What about the Caminus Yards? What do you guys have over here? Probably something sexier, right? Oh, they've got the Caminus Yards Bandersnatch. We've got the Donation. We got the forward. Oh, it's a Flint. It goes 20 and 28. I think that's what I would lean towards. I would go with something like that right there. So that will go on the forward gun deck. And that'll give us 20 to 28 and allow us to flinch, which is always very, very useful. That means that it does tons of damage to monsters. So anything that's like, you know, like a Lorn Fluke, for example. Perfect example. Aside from that, I don't think we're going to need a whole lot more here. What's inside my hold that's blocking us up here? We've got a live specimen. That's not going to be super useful till later. Mirror catch boxes, the dream snakes. We can sell that in Khan's Shadow as far as I know. We will get rid of the parabola linen just because I can't afford to carry it around with me right now. So there's 60 bucks that we didn't have before, and we have 1,500 to spend on an engine. Well, this one right here will basically double our speed, or at least our engine power. I would suggest the Serpentine, I think, is the one that he builds for you, but unfortunately, I don't know if, I think maybe he needs to sleep again or something, but I need another Serpent Trap, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look into it a little bit further. Figure out where we went off the rails with that one. I will take the Boudica, I guess. We've got to sail quicker. It's a big deal to me, and I feel like we've been moving slowly for most of the playthrough. So there it is. We're sitting at 1,750 engine power. Hell yeah, we are moving. So that should allow us to cruise a little bit quicker, take care of business a little bit more effectively. We'll buy some fuel right there to make up for the stuff that we utilized when we were doing his little event, and then we will sell... Oh, I don't know. Let me buy some torpedo components too. Wait, I don't even need the torpedo components. Son of a bitch. All right, we'll get them later. It's fine. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all later on. in the next episode of Sunless Sea Zubmariner. How you do, everybody? And I'll see you all there.